Greetings, YouTube. You are staring at an incredible pool that is most assuredly not mine. I opened $100 worth of units, or 3,000 units, or 10 featured Cavalier crystals worth of Apocalypse featured crystals on Thursday, and I opened no 6 stars and 2 5 stars, I think. Either way, it was an average opening. Not terrible, not great, just meh. The last 5 were especially brutal. But Webbie, a longtime friend of the channel, opened a 6-star Apocalypse out of 13. Maybe the unlucky number of 13 became the lucky number. And so she, and it's always nice to have female supporters, so I love saying the pronoun of she sent over some gameplay because she took Apocalypse straight up to, what he would be normally on max rank. What is it, rank 125? So 8,630 Unawakened, straight out of the box. Now, I love seeing what a champion looks like and hits like straight out of the box. Not awakened, not taken to rank 2. Obviously, Apocalypse, part of his appeal, has nothing to do with his gameplay and everything to do with his OP, incredible synergies that remain a mystery as to whether or not they will be nerfed. God, I hope not. You would think with synergies, Kabam would actually test them and have an idea of how great they are, but we have been wrong before. Stay tuned. So, now Apocalypse, being how he is going to fight the biggest standard test. That's right, the man who desperately, and I mean desperately, needs a new healthcare plan. We're talking about Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, not sponsored by Blue Cross or Blue Shield. He does not have a shield. He does not have a cross. So, you can see some decent bleed damage, but, he's not going to hit that hard to start. He does look impressive. I wish this is how Apocalypse had looked in the X-Men Apocalypse movie. I grew up fearing Apocalypse because of the X-Men 1990s cartoon show, and then felt like I had rewound all the way back to the early 90s and reminded myself of the Power Rangers and eventually Mr. Ivan Ooze. I don't know if anybody gets that reference at all, but that's what it reminded me of, quite honestly, when I watched that movie. But you can see it's some impressive damage, and look at all those different ticks of, shall we say, debuffs on the opponent. He's got a really impressive heavy. I, as somebody who loves maxing out deep wounds, would love to just parry and heavy and stack that bleed damage. He also appears to be quite a tank. I'm sure he is not going to be the most fun at all to fight on defense. It is now officially my 1-year plus anniversary since Alliance War sobriety, and I am so thankful for that. So, yeah, we have this Apocalypse standard fight. He is somebody who has a 6-star Unawakened champion, like I said, straight out of the box. You don't take days or weeks to learn him. You just kind of see how he hits normally and fire off some specials. And he's got his Apocalypse belt, and he is, let's say, putting his foot down on the competition. Of course, it's pun intended. Which channel did you click on? What did you think of? So, he's really solid. I think he's going to have a great amount of utility, but his main value is going to come from his synergies. He still is going to do decent damage on his own, and I'm sure there are going to be certain fights and certain node combinations where you'll want to take him in over the standard champions that you use on attack. But at the same time, it's just nice to know that you can have a champion that's fun to use on attack, but also really does benefit with the synergies. So much so that I still, as I said earlier, am a little nervous that they will somehow say, the synergies are bugged, which is a fancy way of saying we didn't test them out enough beforehand, and we really don't want to give rank down tickets. So before too many people get their hands on this champion, we're going to do something about it. But I hope I'm wrong, because they should have plenty of time to test this champion. And he remains a tank. He's only lost about, 11% health. And that bleed damage on the heavy remains impressive, almost 1,000 per tick. And as he continues to knock out Winter Soldier, it is game over for that champion. So, Webbie, congratulations. Not only did you make the eventual best community pulls for Apocalypse compilation video, as I finally am able to go through my lineup messages. Please be patient. I responded to yours. I still have over 500 to respond to. And it is at the time of recording this, past 1:30 a.m. by the time I post this. Shout out to my fans in India. I'm now posting videos sometimes at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time because that is a good time that you all have said that you like to somehow get a notification, which also doesn't happen but once a week, for a video. So this is kind of like my fans in India time slot. Maybe some fans in Australia as well. Shout out to both those incredible places. Have a good day, YouTube, and thanks again to Webbie for submitting this video to commentate and talk about. Thanks again for submitting not only the video, but also for showing me how great your luck was this weekend. I am jealous, but also impressed. A cool place to be.